All right, Red Raiders head to the Las Vegas Baseball Classic. Out in Vegas, Illinois Friday, Texas Saturday, Washington on Sunday. Take questions for Jack.
Coach, you mentioned Sunday you wanted to improve defense. What have you done to address that over the past few days?
What's today? Wednesday? Stuck to the same process we always have. Take ground balls, be intentional about your glove work, be intentional about getting your eyes behind the ball. Again, I will say this, it does all go hand in hand in this game. I mean, it was a 4-hour something game, the last game we played. And you could probably say there's as much lack of pitch to pitch maybe in a game like that. Sometimes it'll come kind of catch you, and so we've addressed all of it.
Jim, you said last year in March that whenever Texas and OU left the conference, you would want to keep playing Texas schools. UT is one of them. Besides being at the same place this weekend, have y'all had much discussion or gained any traction on actually playing each other in non-conference?
No traction. No traction. Some discussion, but no traction.
How much are you guys looking forward to playing Texas this weekend, you think?
I'm looking forward to playing Illinois. Looking forward to practice today. We'll get to Texas when we get done on Friday.
Is it hard to keep them locked in on that? Not locked in on Illinois as opposed to where?
No, I don't think so at all. I think the game demands your attention right now. Obviously, you could talk about mental performance. You can talk about physical performance. You're trying to go out and play 9 innings. I mean, really, that's a big enough challenge right now. Much less, your external opponent, which would be Illinois, Washington, or Texas, in whatever order you want to pick them.
Obviously, the negative was the focus over this past weekend. After a couple of days to think about it, what did you like from what you guys did?
Say the question again.
What did you like from this past weekend that you guys were able to accomplish?
So 22 walks, 5 hit by pitches. Had a number of guys play really good defense. Had some young guys put together some really good at-bats, jump in there. Obviously the possibility and just looking at the future going, hey, we are going to really put pressure on people. We're going to really defend. And obviously you want to get back to playing baseball. I mean, you want to go strike one and get outs where they are. When you have the opportunity to get outs. And did you say something about negative publicity at the first?
Well, I was just saying a lot of the talk after the weekend was, defensive struggles and whatnot. So I was just trying to figure out what you.
Yeah,
like.
I mean, I'm not worried about talk. We're more trying to be intentional about our day to day and trying to do what we need to do to get ready to play on Friday. I'll let y'all deal with the talking.
What's your rotation this weekend?
It's the same other than Sunday. We're going Petty to the Seabrook.
Coach, with Trendon Parrish being one of your big power arms, what is your plan to use him throughout the rest of the season?
You're going to use him when you need him.
You see him in like a relief role pretty much, or what do you kind of see?
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be coming out of the bullpen. You're going to be able to use him. College baseball is a little different. I mean, there's sometimes you go to your best guy, in the 4th inning. Some days it's the 6th inning. It's not always at the back end of the game, like Mariano Rivera or something like that. And he's got to go out and execute pitches. I mean, one thing he did last week amongst everything that did happen, he's kept pitching. And really proud of him for doing that.
Going back to Texas and out of the conference now, what does this rivalry still mean to you in Texas Tech baseball?
Obviously, there's a long tradition of rivalries with different schools, Texas being one of them. As far as what it means to me, it means you've got a baseball game that day and you're playing an opponent that's good and you got to go play good baseball to win. Got a lot of respect, obviously, for, Bib Falk, Tommy Harmon, Cliff Gustafson, Augie Garrido, a lot of former players there. There's a lot of that. But as far as what it means that day, it means you got a game. It means you're going to line up, try to win the game.
You mentioned, I guess, having discussions about playing that. I guess what all goes into it, because I'm sure it's more than just, hey, we'll play this day here. What all goes into those discussions? Yeah, so really these tournaments are run by a group that puts tournaments together across the country for a living. And so they come up with the teams. In other words, they say, hey, we got a tournament in Vegas. Do you want to come to the tournament a couple of years out? And a lot of times you don't know who the teams are. And so that's how this one came together. As far as any other discussions, it's just phone calls, emails, just like you call somebody, ask them they want to go out, you know, hey, you want to go to dinner tonight? Hey, you want to play this day, next year, that type of stuff. And it's always a challenge to get people on the schedule, and it's even more of a challenge sometimes, to get them to play home and home. And so, there's a little give and take there.
What do you think of the field as a whole? I mean, what can you tell us about Illinois and Washington as well?
Yeah, when you first said it, I thought you meant the field.
The
field. I haven't been there. Again, Illinois looks like a really good team to me. Some older guys look pretty physical. Haven't got to Washington yet. I know they went through a little bit of a coaching change last year. Probably lost the best infielder in the portal, but it seems like they're scoring runs. And again, so, you're talking about a Pac-12 school that's been good in baseball. And so, then obviously Texas has been good a long time and should be a good challenge. I mean, all of them present obstacles for us that, that should be a fun challenge.
Do you feel confident in your starting lineup so far through 2 weeks?
I think we're still putting it together. I mean, you always feel confident in who you put in there if you're inter-squatting a lot. And you're getting a lot of at-bats where you're getting to half pitch recognition. You're getting to play defense a lot, game speed. And so the challenge of that really right now in the month of February is we got, you're basically having 4 or 5 days between those live games. And so as you go and you play more games, I'm really excited about this stretch where we got a couple midweeks next week, and then obviously going to Grand Canyon next week. Kind of should give us a chance to kind of get in the flow of things.
And what made you choose Petty to go this weekend?
He's throwing the ball really good this spring. I mean, he's throwing the ball and it's really, and he's tried to push his way into the conversation, and Jack might have pushed his way out of the conversation a little bit based on 2 starts. And want to try to stay away from that as much as you can. And you want to give them the chance to just stick to their process and not be 100% totally result oriented, if that makes sense. But Petty's throwing the ball better, and so that's kind of how you get to that point.
Just use Jack in long relief then, or a midweek guy, or what's?
Both. Yeah, absolutely. Going to this weekend, it'd be both.
Have a favorite thing to do in Vegas? I kind of listened a little on the radio show yesterday, but
yeah, I don't go to Vegas a lot, and so there's not a lot of favorite things to do. I got a former player I like to see. When I go there, I like to see his dad. And other than that, I think I've been to Vegas for American Legion tournament years ago over at CCSN, and it's not like we're running to Vegas all the time. So go to baseball games or see somebody. It's definitely not go to the casino. Those things are big for a reason, right?
Since you do have Tuesday and Wednesday games coming up after this, who are some of the pitchers that you would have in consideration to start next Tuesday and Wednesday?
Yeah, so you probably start with Siebert if he doesn't pitch, this weekend. Jordan Espinoza would fall into that mix. Fetchel would fall into that mix. And really anybody you don't use. through the weekend that has a pitch count built up. You could even use somebody short on Friday and they come back on Tuesday or Wednesday. So there's a number of guys, but I would say that's where we'd start. Really like to get Espinoza going. He's shown signs of really being able to help. Just got to get him on the mound where he can kind of get going. He's going to throw a little bit today, and so I think through the weekend we'll have more answers on that.
And